Hello everybody and welcome back. Thanks for being here with me today. Interesting. I don't have my broadcast bar on the screen like I normally would, so I'll need just a minute to check this and see if maybe something's wrong. One moment, please. Well, there don't seem to be any problems. I just don't have a broadcast bar on my screen. Not sure if that was part of an update or what. Alright, well, I'm just going to go ahead and continue now. Sound checks out. Everything looks good. So we're going to get started on the next campaign mission in the F16 on Ace difficulty, because that is how I roll. Pretty.
As far as the chaos we find ourselves in these days, it's difficult to say which side pulled the trigger first. Erusia deployed an automatic intercept system with drones. Osea implemented long-range attacks to bypass them. So Erusia decided to sabotage Osea's communications and navigation technology. Erusia couldn't launch a satellite themselves, but they were still able to hack the software of the Osean transmission and navigation systems. Before Osea even noticed, half of their satellites were hijacked. That's when things got ugly. In an attempt to knock out each other's capabilities, both forces launched fighters loaded with anti-satellite missiles at the same time. Only military satellites were targeted. However, their destruction created a debris field in orbit which wiped out scores of other satellites, both private and government-owned. What kept the world relatively sane up to that point had been free-flowing data and information. But now, those were gone. All that remained was chaos and confusion. Government and civilian broadcasts and transmissions were cut off. The flow of information had ceased. Forces on both sides of the conflict now found themselves unable to communicate with their superiors. Many of the smaller countries annexed by Erusia, yearning for their independence, seized the opportunity and started their own uprisings. As for why some of Osea's military decided to break off from the main force and continue on their own, I have no idea. Perhaps there was some sort of dispute over the chain of command. The continent that had once seen wars that were only fought between Osea and Erusia was now full of numerous conflicts between
That's the dumpster fire starting.
For power. Insurgencies were everywhere. I even heard a rumor that a group of Osean convicts had rebelled. Rumors. It never ceased to amaze me that even at a crazy time like this, something as trivial as a rumor could find its way here. Communications from corporate were cut off. Apparently, the entire computer network was down. It was a wise decision to make our drones autonomous with AI instead of being radio-controlled. Wise and forward-thinking. Even with their GPS offline, they can still use their sensors to navigate as long as they're working properly. I'm sure the drones are still working perfectly, following their mission orders to the letter. I wish I could upload Mihai's new data to them. But without a connection, I can't upload the software to the active drones. The new ones we're making, though, there should still be enough time to upgrade those before they're activated. I'll be taking the data I've acquired away from the front lines now. Oh, and I'll be taking the girls, too. I told my assistant, Masa, it was time to get Mihai's granddaughters ready to leave here. She's not much older than the girls, but she has a way about her, and I'm sure she won't have any trouble with them. I saw a plane flying off in the distance. I imagine it was looking for a safer place. The plane had a rose emblem on it.
Yeah, when he said, and I'll be taking the girls too, like, that's so creepy.
Erusia's communication networks have been down since their satellites were destroyed. Unfortunately, we are experiencing trouble too. All of Usia has been affected. We don't know when things will be back up and running. We're not even sure if this is Erusia's doing. Still, we will follow the strategy that was originally planned and move on to the next operation after liberating Farbanti. Let's get to it. Since the war began, we've been receiving communications in secret from an officer in the Erusian army.
With the capital under our control, Erusia's radical element is losing support quickly, affecting the balance of power.
HQ is thinking of using the military officer as a way to gain leverage to settle peace negotiations. The officer is currently hiding in the outskirts of Anchorhead Bay, having joined up with support dispatch from the Osean army. The plan is that they'll take a standard vehicle to a rendezvous point at a harbor in the east part of the city, where a helicopter will be waiting.
I would like the new Strider Squadron to provide escort for the officer. Cyclops will remain at the base on standby to serve as defense.
With the communication network currently down in the capital, I very much doubt Erusia will be able to mount a regimented counterattack. However, it is likely that Erusia's intelligence department and the remaining forces who are aware of the officer's movements will interfere. Keep a close eye on the officer and make sure he stays safe. Our victory in Farbanti has given us a golden opportunity to finally end this war. Be safe out there.
Take note that our satellite-based IFF has become unreliable following the recent communications failure. As such, target ID will be done by processing the images from the infrared cameras on your aircraft. Objects will initially appear as unknown on your HUDs, but will be ID'd once you close in on them for a set period of time.
Yeah, this is going to be fun and difficult and fun, but mostly difficult. When you think something's going to be easy peasy lemon squeezy, but it's actually difficult, difficult, lemon difficult. Yay! All unknowns. I am going to be using the GPB on this one, primarily because ground targets are sometimes in difficult to reach areas, and having the bomb available would make things significantly easier in certain areas of this mission. So we're going to take weight augmentation and steering device off, replace them, with hardpoint expansion, and I think it would be best if I had either reload time or maybe lock on range. I could go with power, but I think the strongest thing I'm going to run into in this mission is going to be like a tank. And that should not be an issue for this bomb to destroy. So, Cat, you really picked the worst places to sit, don't you? Alright, I'll just have to adjust how I'm sitting here for a minute. Let's see, that's blast range, lock on distance. Or, wait. Pardon me. Oh, that's lock on speed, that's lock on range, yes. Okay. And then that's going to be reload speed and damage. Not a whole lot of clustered enemies, so damage range isn't going to be very helpful. Not a whole lot of very powerful enemies, so increased damage is not going to help much. Okay, Cat, come on. Come on! You make it very hard to play this game. Especially when I'm trying to read! There we go, so... I kind of want to say lock on range. Although, lock on speed would be nice too. None of these are super duper necessary, just kind of helpful. I think the one that's going to be the most helpful is probably the lock-on speed, just because if I get into a weird angle and I need to drop a bomb really fast, having that will be very helpful. There are going to be a couple of points where I think enemies will be grouped up, but it's just going to be, yeah, exactly. GPS-guided bombs, heck yes. I was always under the impression that most of the time using a guided munition, it was usually guided by the like radar and avionics on board of the weapon itself, but I guess some of them might be GPS guided. I never thought about that, actually. It is a little funny to think about. But yeah, just on the off chance that I get into a weird spot, or I'm pulling a bunch of G's and trying to do 3 things at once, like I sometimes do, having the faster lock-on speed may help more than something else may help. So we will go with that for today, and let's call that good. Get on out there.
You're cleared to taxi.
Last hope. Woke up late this morning, so I'm a little bit yawny and stretchy. But I'll try not to yawn directly into the mic too hard. Sorry again about my chair, and also foul language warning and spoiler warning for every episode, always.
To the unidentified Ocean craft, this is Captain Carl of the Ocean Army. Are you here for the escort? You're not the squadron I was expecting. Are you really friendlies? Over.
This is Lancaster. Airborne warning and control system for the Ocean Long-Range Strategic Strike Group. Captain Carl, they're on our side.
And those 2 pilots we've heard about must be here too.
Okay, I hope you're right. Lancaster, are all of these really unknowns?
It's a state of civil war. The Erusian army is fighting itself. There's no guarantee the Oceans won't shoot us in this confusion.
We'll image process the unknowns caught in your cams to identify a friend or foe. The process will be faster if you get a close-up, well-centered image.
Meanwhile, just run if they shoot us, right?
Affirmative. Always identify your target before you fire.
War is something I'll never get used to, but tonight has been a total shock. The city under martial law, gunfire and the roar of jets echoing through the streets.
Give me Strider Squadron's IDs. Oh, and hand me that sandwich.
Love Lancaster and his sandwiches.
We have no orders, but we do have ID data. Check your TAC terminal.
Roger that. We'll look for our way home.
You guys are open to trial the war, leading our country even further into ruin.
Whoops, didn't realize I was going that slow.
Entering the Anchorhead Bay area. Buildings will block your line of sight. Make sure to keep track of your objective.
How this war ends depends on this mission. I'm counting on you. Understood.
Strider Squadron, identify the unknowns along the route. ID is Ocean Forces. This is AWACS from the LRSSG.
Our info has been updated.
It's Erusian.
They aren't responding aggressively.
General, if they're conservatives, they'll listen to us. The negotiations were a success, Lancaster. They've opened up a path for us. More the merrier.
Target acquired.
We can't see the tops of the roofs from down here. Be on the lookout for enemy ambushes. This is a message to all of you fighting out there. Ask yourselves, what is best for our country? We made it through the Anchorhead Bay area. We're heading along Highway 208 under the bridge. We're taking the coastal highway at the next ramp.
All right.
Why don't people realize this?
Missile.
There's a strict curfew, but people gather at bars and other places to learn what's going on.
Missile.
try to save a little bit of ammo there.
Wait. General managed to convince them.
Listen, those that protect General LaPaz are the real patriots. Onward!
Vehicle confirmed destroyed. Strider 1, missile launched.
Oh, come on.
There's a vehicle up ahead. If he's gonna ask us to pay a toll, get closer and find out if it's an enemy vehicle.
We'll go. Let's go.
We archived all the footage that we've shot when the communication networks come back online.
Fire, evading. We need to remind everyone that there's no such thing as a clean.
2 grazes. Oh, wait. Also, it's an SU-34, so it's got a little bit more tenacity to it. A little more toughness than your average
Strider 3 launching missile.
everyday aircraft.
Vehicle blocking the road. No response to hails. It's the radicals. Missile in the air! Wait, now! It's no good. There's still a car on the road. Just to be safe, we better avoid the highway and head for the warehouse district. Lancaster, we're taking a detour. Don't lose us.
Strider 1, General's route has changed. Keep your eyes on his vehicle. Don't let him out of your sight.
Here comes a traitor, Lepar. This is a line that they cast. They really don't want the war to end, do they? Lepar's in that vehicle!
They've been set up in all the right places.
Shoot down any aircraft that approach us. What are you thinking?
We have some enemies coming up behind us. They're gaining on us.
Alright, and that should do it.
The enemy's still on us.
I know, right? Since when did Erusia use Western craft? Oh gosh! That missile was coming from in front of me? When did that even happen? I guess everybody gets one. That's my one.
I've been spiked.
Weapon cold!
Maybe it's the radicals. Or somebody that like stole the vehicles from Ocean air bases nearby or something. I don't know. Hard to say, dude. Hard to say. Good old Jack Killer. Always nice to have you here. You always have such great insights. Like noticing that the Erusians are using FA-18s.
We're almost at landfill number 7. If we can make it through, we'll be in arm's reach of the rendezvous at Grunder Park. Captain Carl, do you have the means to record this conversation? I wish to explain to you the situation inside Erusia. I'm sure the boys listening upstairs will record it. The open declaration of war, expanding the front lines, was all the work of some young Erusian officers. They were referred to as the radicals, but there was an unseen force guiding them. It was technology they borrowed from the Belkans. When they actually went to war, the performance of the attack drones exceeded their wildest dreams. And they were incredibly clean, which got public opinion and the opportunists within the military on their side.
Osea is really screwed because they lost basically all their carriers. Yeah, that's true.
Technology advanced UAV research within the Erusian Flight Test Center by at least 10 years. They used the flight data from a former ace pilot to create drone AI, but to us it's no different than magic or alchemy. Airplanes are meant to be flown by human beings. For those of you listening in, am I wrong? We're heading towards Grunder Park. Rendezvous point at the helipad on this man-made island. We'll ditch the car and take the helicopter from there.
There are rumors of a military group calling itself the Erusians. An unknown is blocking our scheduled route.
No response. Got a bad feeling.
Really hope that hit everything. I don't know if I got them all.
VIP is taking fire. His vehicle stopped.
Try to help us before we get shot. It's not like this is a tank or anything.
Captain Carl, we have a new rendezvous point. New coordinates are as follows. 263 Tango 4, 1999 Delta Lima. Rescue team says hostiles are making the area too dangerous.
Well, yeah, don't they know nowhere is safe?
Even in a time of war, it was a mistake to create something like the feeling.
Very confused. Lost track of where the general's vehicle is. General or captain or whatever he is.
Chatters about the Civil War. Radio? You have one in your cockpit? Yeah, ever since my previous squadron.
We're about to cross Anchor Bridge. There'll be nowhere to hide.
That was something.
Ah, I see him there.
Fire! Fire! We're on your side, you idiot!
An armored vehicle's behind us. It's a vehicle used by the erosion forces. Take it out!
Trigger, our VIP is in trouble.
Where is he? I see him.
Taking fire! Take care of them!
That was a great one.
We're gonna make
Okay.
it. You saved us. Thanks. What's wrong with drones? Whether you're a patriot or not, you're just too stubborn to change with the times.
Showing aircraft with tally marks on the tail. Their people in trouble.
Hey, Scorpio, how's it going?
Almost reached the container area. Watch out for enemy ambushes.
Understood. System failures caused friendly fire incidents among Ocean forces. Some penal units turning on their former allies.
So, Scorpio, what's going on right now is the satellites all got destroyed. I think if you were here last time watching, they talked about all the satellites going down. And now, we get to fight without the advantage of IFF working properly. So I have to personally identify my targets by flying close to them and figuring out if they're friendly or foe by staring at them with the cameras on my vehicle and letting the AWACS mark friendlies and enemies for me.
This one's all mine. Those guys shooting up there, aren't they both Oceans?
General, we still have drones at our disposal. It's too early for peace talks. Please, watch over the future and go through the high heavens. Prepare to fire on a moment's notice. We're coming up on a tunnel. We'll need to split up until we reach the exit. There's more to Belgian technology than just UAVs. Faking IFF designations for one was an astonishing feat. They used it to make drones that resembled Ocean fighters, and then to assassinate Harley, who blamed enemy fighters. In the end, Belgian technology brought chaos to the world.
That was fun.
I can't believe Lucia's responsible for Harley's assassination.
You talking politics? That's new.
Can't ignore a story like that, right, Trigger?
Whew. Welcome back, Jack. Hashtag Belka did nothing wrong.
Hostile armored forces outside of the tunnel. I'm thinking that we should go say hi when they ruin the general's day.
The general's a real celebrity. Seems everyone wants to meet him.
We were nearly done for. I couldn't have asked for a better time.
This is one of ours.
How'd you last long, Chester? This is Reese, and we're here to help.
Nice. Glad to see the Oceans attacking the radicals.
Got one hit.
Don't worry, won't let anybody through after you.
Almost at the rendezvous. In the rear to the others.
I forgot I could do that, by the way. Just hold down the fire button and watch the missile track to its target. It's kind of fun.
They shouldn't be taking responsibility for the capital's fall, but instead they're prolonging.
I rarely, if ever, do that.
That's why proper conservatives like myself are hoping to regain control. All goes well. We should be able to sign a truce with Osea quickly.
Bombs away. Vehicle confirmed destroyed.
We've reached the rendezvous point. There's the chopper, too.
We turn to in this darkest hour. We need a beacon of light to show us the way. This is the Origin News Network.
Okay, let's go. We're getting out of here. I've had just about enough of this place. I'd like to offer my thanks to the LRSSG. This should finally bring about a true end to the war.
Understood. Good luck. Multiple unidentified aircraft approaching.
This plane is carrying civilians.
You don't want to get shot down. Don't enter my airspace. That's right. Man, kill them all. Let God sort them out. I love your way of thinking. Ooh, that is not a human pilot.
What's going on?
Try to get a little closer. Weapon use is prohibited.
What's going on? Dr. Schroeder!
Whoa. There's a girl on board?
He's not lying about carrying civilians.
No. Unless she's a soldier.
Weapon use is prohibited. We've checked footage. It does seem to be a transport with escorts.
I repeat, this craft is carrying civilians. We are not here to fight.
Dr. Schroeder, tell me what's happening.
I'm sure I don't need to remind you, but do not attack the civilian liaison.
That's the aircraft my grandfather told me about. The scratches.
Drone's in passive mode, yep.
The EASA liaison plane. They engage in witchcraft with broken technology. They're responsible for leading the military down the wrong path.
Wait, unknowns attacking the girl's plane.
Alma, hold on tight.
Lancaster, permission to engage.
Negative.
What?
They could be Osean fighters. ID them ASAP.
Shit.
That's all we can do.
ID complete. They're Orusian fighters. What the hell is going on?
Stay sharp.
Uh-huh.
Right, I'm shooting him down. Any complaints?
Granted.
Wilco.
Yeah, good work. Strider 1 has killed the bandit.
Careful, those guys are good. Big shot, too. I managed to catch a glimpse of the three strikes.
Don't miss. Aim carefully.
Mine. No good. Enemy on your back. I've got a sitting duck here. Bandit destroyed. Well done.
You're in my way.
Watch it. Enemy has a lock on you.
The enemy has escaped.
Strata 1. Target acquired. Strata 1. Fox 2.
All right. Wow, that he did. I guess it was a graze because he survived it somehow.
Nice kill.
eliminated. The liaison is safe. Wait.
I rouge you with YF-23.
Escort fighter is... The drive. They're missing the drive.
What the hell? You gotta be kidding me. Liaison escort has a radar lock. They're targeting you guys.
What the hell? We were just helping them.
Erusian aircraft, this is AWACS Longcaster. Do not engage the liaison. Break off now.
Can you hear me on this channel, OC craft? Those escort aircraft are drones. They are currently being operated autonomously. They are not being controlled by anyone. They are flying on their own volition. What?
In that case, we have no choice but to shoot the aircraft down.
Unfortunately, yes.
We did what we could. Weapons free. You are cleared to attack the escort.
Wilco. Understood.
Wilco.
Can't abort the MQ-99 launch. Our commands are overridden. They must be accessing it remotely. Which is beyond this.
Hey, it's not our fault they won't listen to reason. Like, something like that. Whoever did is the king of all dumbasses.
Missile.
Additional hostiles inbound. Great timing.
Son of a bitch.
I only have 14 missiles.
The escort must have used its remote activation rights to gain more
This might be an issue.
Clever.
Especially if I miss again.
In gun range.
Fall warning.
UAV is down.
Missile. 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 Missile.
Enemy on your back.
Missile. 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 Missile.
Strider 2. Bucks 2.
Missile. 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 Missile.
Locked on bandit.
Missile. Missile. I'm on my target's tail.
Whew.
Missile. Missile.
In gun range.
Missile. Missile.
Enemy on your back.
Missile.
Watch it. Enemy has a lock on you.
Missile.
I've been spiked.
Missile.
5 bandits remaining.
Missile.
Damn it. Still have the drive they need.
Missile.
Strider 1, missile launched.
Ah, darn, I thought I had him.
Functional. There has to be a time when it should not function.
Fall warning.
They are after the data, aren't they?
4 bandits left.
Missile. 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 Missile.
Return to operation area.
Missile.
Strider 3 launching missile.
Missile. Missile. Missile.
3 bandits to go. Strider 1, missile launched.
Missile.
2 bandits left. Show them what you got.
Missile. 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 Fall warning. Missile.
He's still slower than me. I can't get behind him like that.
One bandit to go.
Got him like that, though.
Target acquired.
Strider 1, that's what I like to see. Another story to tell my boy.
Understood. All hostiles have been
That was a little
eliminated.
rough.
Nice. General's helicopter is flying safely outside Anchorhead Bay. All aircraft, RTB, mission complete.
All hostiles.
General, the Ocean aircraft is here to pick us up. The approaching Ocean aircraft.
Losing his army? Elaborate. They stole our sealed orders. It should be a piece of cake.
Are you sent by the General's staff? No, we'd like you to send... I can't!
There are 3 scratches.
What does that mean?
The tail of that plane.
Lancaster, are all of these really unknowns?
Anything and everything to extend the war.
The Erusian army is fighting itself. There's no guarantee the Oceans won't shoot us in this confusion.
Hey, the Fighting Falcon, a low-weight fighter developed to, among other things, support large lead air superiority fighters. Featuring the latest technology of its time, such as fly-by-wire, it boasts great dexterity and, stability. I lost before I could finish. Oh well. That was a
In
little
order
weird.
to respond to the attack on the base, Cyclops has scrambled after being on standby. We'll head up too, once our planes are ready. Oh, and Labarth is dead.
What did you say?
Apparently, he was shot down by another Ocean aircraft after he left the area of operations. I mean, I know it was chaos.
Still.
At any rate, the sealed order operation has come to a close. We have no idea about a plan for going forward.
All we can do for now is watch our own backs.
What's up with the commander?
He's staying in his room. He's still alive, since we can hear him crying.
Alright. I do not envy these people this position. Not knowing friend from foe, having no orders, being unsure of the future of either nation involved in this war. Must be pretty scary. And now it is time to go on to the next mission. To proceed as usual.
The island we went to was supposed to have been secured by the ground forces. They hadn't gotten a handle on things by the time we got there, so now we were stuck in the middle of a half-assed campaign. My job was to get the planes ready for combat, making repairs and handing them over to our troop of cons. Thing is, the enemy still had the hangars. The comms were still down, so none of us knew what the hell was going on. The last transmission I heard before everything went to shit was that some prisoners from an Ocean military penal unit rioted and managed to escape. They stole some jets and now they were flying around, taking out their former allies left and right. I wonder if any units like ours were out here, creeping around. Hearing the Ocean jets firing at each other overhead chipped away at morale. Since the radio was out, it was quiet. I liked it better that way. All I heard was the gunfire. Here we were, walking around carrying rifles. We were pilots, damn it. Friendly fire will probably kill us. You know things are desperate when the guards that used to lock us into solitary are now telling us it's better we all stick together. I guess they think our odds of surviving this war are better that way. After walking for miles across the battlefield, we came across the wreckage of a plane. Passenger, not military. I knew that rose. It was an Erusian liaison plane. The guard's dogs smelled something and took off. They led us to a cliff. And the bodies.
Today, I lost everything. When Osea attacked our capital, my father, a man who was never really suited to being the king, was killed. I was to be flown out of the war zone to safety, but the plane was shot down by rebels. The entire crew was killed in the crash. Soldiers appeared and one shot at me. My dog went after him and shot him to pieces. He was my best friend. After all those speeches I gave about working together for peace, I thought everyone felt the same as I did. I'm sure the soldier who shot at me knew I was the Princess of Erusia. He was Erusian too. More soldiers have come. Now, there's no one left to protect me. I am so numb, I cannot move. I watch as one of their dogs approaches. It sniffs mournfully at my dead friend. I wonder if it grieves for him as much as I do. I can barely think. I feel weaker by the minute. I don't know who these soldiers are with, but I managed to take a sip of the water they gave me.
How long have you been here?
Somehow, I muster the courage to answer the woman's question. I tell her I've been there 3 days. They gather around me with grim looks on their faces. What would they do if they knew I was the Erusian princess? After searching the cockpit of the plane, the woman who spoke to me before came back to me.
This is an air-to-ground tactical radio. It still works.
I noticed she walked with a limp. She knelt down next to me and asked her companions to give me some food. And then, very softly, she said,
"You see, I used to listen to your broadcasts, Your Royal Highness."
Just what did you see here?
Okay, enough talk. Your opinions have all been taken into consideration. Beyond the seizure of Forbanto, which is important, and supporting the Erusian officer. At this point, I just don't know what our strategy is, or what our mission is. Radio communication is still patchy for both the military and civilians, so we're getting zip from Mission Command about our orders. Still, with countless Erusian forces in the area, it's too dangerous for us to stay around here waiting for a miracle. Now, regarding Count's suggestion to think about self-defense, I think we should make a break for Tyler Island. It was a large Osean base before the start of the war. Count says his previous squadron took part in an operation to seize control of the island. It has the only base that will get us to the space elevator without refueling. It's also a transport facility for supply ships that provide drones and ammo for arsenal birds. For the Osean forces that are looking to reclaim the space elevator, those are two great reasons in its favor. If everything went according to plan, the base may already be in Allied hands when we get there. Though based on what Count told me about the island operation, it won't be easy to seize control.
The ground troops have managed to open the bridgehead. The transport route to Osea for supply ships should be available.
So much at stake, I can't imagine Erusia just giving it up without a fight. Things could really have gone bad.
Even if there are enemies left, they should be pretty easy to suppress.
Just want to go home, man.
Me too. With that look on your face, Trigger, I know exactly what you want.
If Trigger's ready to kick ass, then so am I.
Damn straight. We're with you, Trigger.
It's decided then. Let's get all the aircraft and haul ass to Tyler Island. Although we can avoid the Arsenal Bird's anti-air network, there's still remnants from the Erusian forces. I want to get to the island without getting into any unnecessary combat. Pick a fast craft and fix it how you want. Pack for a long trip, but remember, if you drag your ass, you'll get left behind.
Oh, Ace Combat 4, the big fortress was Megalith? Yeah, the one you had to fly inside, destroy stuff, then pull up and fly out the top. Then you had to circle back and fly back in the front again, and I think you had to do that, what, 4 times? I do remember that thing. And I think that was the last mission where you had yellow ribbon fighters. In fact, I think it was the last mission in the game. And I think you had an equal number of Mobius Squadron F-22s flying with you. And was it Mobius? Mobius Squadron? I think it was. And then the an equal number of enemy yellow ribbons. They tease us. Yeah. Well, this is gonna be fun. Here we go. We're gonna be doing Tyler Island. This time, I think I want to switch to 4AMs. I know there's at least one point in this mission where they will be very, very useful, if not entirely necessary. All right. Man, I remember those yellow ribbon fighters being so hard to shoot down. It was crazy. Here we go.
Strider Squadron, sortie ASAP.
This is Tango 2-3, pursued by multiple tanks and APCs. They'll all go down if we don't pull back the landing craft. And what? Abandoned Tango 2-3?
Something's not right.
Tango 2-3, we don't have the firepower to assist you. You're on your own. Please, we need help.
Wagtail is on the Ocean landing ship. What's going on? What did you say?
Multiple bogies inbound. Damn it. Prepare for anti-air combat.
This is the AWACS Longcaster. The aircrafts in your area belong to the LRSSG.
Allied aircraft. A retreating vehicle is taking fire. Requesting assistance.
Roger. ID complete. Update is on Tyler Island.
Couldn't be worse. Our forces are scattered and on the run.
They're on the run?
We were waiting for retreating units here to carry them out to safety. Our air support is here.
Why is this one not destroyed?
Shit. These are Ocean. Lancaster. Many of our allies are cut off. We need support and an escape route.
Okay.
Understood. We'll do what we can. Let's help retreating Ocean forces. Take out any hostiles in their area. Don't engage till targets are ID'd.
The boots on the ground don't need more people shooting at them.
Thanks. It's absolute chaos out there. The Erusians are even starting to fight amongst themselves.
Well, now we know what's going on, but shit.
There's more over here. The bodies of dead civilians. We're part of the fight. See that? They're all lined up. No, they are not combatants. Some of them aren't even wearing shoes. I can guess what happened here. I really don't want to think about it. If you see 3 strikes, count to 3, and the enemy's gone.
They call them 3 strikes because you count to 3 and then the enemy's gone. I'm not gonna lie, I kinda like that.
I don't want to see anyone, hostile or friendly. photos for evidence.
You're Erusian. Jesus, they're firing at each other. Is this the norm around here? It's all crazy people.
Mission to take back the mass driver. Supply ship and munitions depot is highly combustible.
We'll check our photographs. We'll head back to 18. Give us another 30 minutes. The men say they want to at least get the children in the proper burial.
That's probably a hit. Nope.
Don't pursue too deep. We just need to buy some time. Hold them at bay until operation feeding time. Move them away from the mass driver.
Watch it. Enemy has a lock on you.
Our guys even took out the enemy's air support. What do you do now? Get in the tank!
Allied retreat looks good.
Stop whining.
Ha! He fired flares, but he still died.
Missile away.
I say he, but it's more like an it because drone.
Bring the anti-tank missile. Hit that heavy armor at the front line. Don't stop.
Quit craning your neck. Our guys will take care of 3 strikes.
All aircraft, search every nook of the island. We're not leaving anyone behind.
We're in the landing craft. Many thanks, Broadcaster. We didn't have to leave our boys to die.
Understood.
You lift your legs and crawl. You can surrender when you lose your hands.
Ow, ow. That could have been bad.
ID complete. Enemy vessel destroyed.
I count 12 dead bodies here. Some of them crash. Reports nearby, so they could be researchers and their families. Most likely, they were involved with Delta.
Strider 1, we've identified the unknown targets.
Go with us! You see the enemy APC from there?
Our tank commander's down! Taking fire! We're pinned down!
Target acquired.
Always a good idea to take out X6.
Fire from multiple enemy tanks! We're moving out! Leave the dead behind! We'll come back to this island one day and send them off properly.
Try to save your ammo. Throw them in and then fire at once.
Strider 1, we've identified the unknown targets.
An explosion inside! Continue the countdown. The enemy's not
Ooh, buddy.
the supply ship. Do the countdown! There's still one arsenal bird left. If we can fill it full of bombs, then Russia will have a fighting chance. Use cameras to track the supply ship. Don't fight with your backs to the supply ship. If it's hit, we're done for. Target destroyed.
Wait, multiple bogies from the east.
Their timing tells me they're not here to bring good news.
We need to ID the bogies. Take them down if they're hostile.
Understood.
That was very close. Okay.
Bogies inbound. Escort fighters, we're counting on you. Should we fire? Even if we're not fired upon? Of course. Chase out the bogies! There's no way they're ours! Almost there. Commence Operation No Return. These are unguided. Stay on course. Let's just get it done with.
Strider Squadron, you're near an armada of bogies. Identify them.
Visual.
Like an eagle.
Watch it. Enemy has a lock on you.
This is Graham 2, locked on target.
Enemy on your back. Mission complete. It's Erusian bombers and their escorts.
Count's prophecy has come true. Take out all bombers. They'll flatten our allies.
Plenty of civilian casualties as well. Precision bombing is impossible in these conditions. Maybe they know they can't. We're gonna drop them all. We're outnumbered and we'll be surrounded. Ramming Fox 2.
Dang it.
Watch it. Enemy has a lock on you.
This is Grand 7. Attack failed.
Target acquired. Chaffin flares launched. Strider 1, Fox 2.
Watch yourselves. These guys are working together to bring us down.
All systems ready. We are go for launch. Launch control. Showing my target. Confirm launch readiness.
Affirmative. This is our last chance for Operation Feeding Time.
Launch control. Roger that.
Behind my target.
The bombers are nearing the island. We're running out of time.
Strider 2, Fox 2.
More bombers approaching. Intercept them now.
Grand 7, Fox 2.
Holy cow, you guys wrote a lot of stuff in the last, like, 2 minutes.
Intercept those bombers. Only half the bombers remain. We can't let even one get away. Strider 1, target acquired. Target hit. The bombers are about to reach the island. Shoot them down now. Target was not struck. Missile away.
Bombs away! Bombs away! Radicals and Oceans can burn in hell.
Carpet bombing? They can't be serious. How many do they think they'll kill? We've lost contact with the Oceans on the island. We failed.
Jeez, wow. Just even one gets through. Sorry, so what you were saying was Dr. Will Roper, Assistant Secretary of the Air Force for Acquisition, Technology, and Logistics, revealed that a previous undisclosed demonstrator for the Next Gen Air Dominance, or NGAD, program has begun flight testing. 6th generation fighters are coming. Oh.
Let's help retreat.
Oh, you're kidding me. Alright, if I'm restarting from checkpoint and it's going to restart me all the way at the beginning, I'd rather restart the mission over completely. It's a huge failure on my part, but I am in an F16, so that's my excuse.
By multiple tanks and APCs. They'll all go down if we don't pull back the landing craft. And what? Abandoned Tango 2-3?
Something's not right.
Tango 2-3, we don't have the firepower to assist you. You're on your own. Please, we need help.
Wagtail is on the Ocean landing ship. What's going on? What did you say?
Multiple bogies inbound. Damn it. Prepare for anti-air combat.
This is the AWACS Longcaster. The aircrafts in your area belong to the LRSSG.
Allied aircraft. A retreating vehicle is taking fire. Requesting assistance.
Roger. ID complete. Update us on Tyler Island.
Our forces are scattered and on the run.
They're on the run?
We were waiting for retreating units here to carry them out to safety. Where's the force here? Do me a favor, Longcaster.
Many of our allies are cut off. They need support and an escape route.
Understood. We'll do what we can. Let's help retreating Ocean forces. Take out any hostiles in their area. Don't engage till targets are ID'd.
The boots on the ground don't need more people shooting at them.
Thanks. It's absolute chaos out there. The Erusians are even starting to fight amongst themselves.
Well, now we know what's going on, but shit.
There's more over here. The bodies of dead civilians. Most of them were part of the fight.
The Su-57s aren't even on mass production yet, jeez.
No, they are not combatants. Some of them aren't even wearing shoes. Count to three.
Yeah, it's really interesting how fast technology can become obsolete. Man, it's hard to hit these guys.
I can guess what happened here, but I really don't want to see it.
Machine gun range.
Yeah, those Russian bastards. It's a blatant war crime. Take photos for evidence.
New Erusian. Jesus, they're firing at each other. Is this the norm around here? It's all crazy people.
Send the photograph. We'll head back to destroyed. Give us another 30 minutes. The whole operation is crazy. And then say they want to give the children a proper burial.
Strider 1.
We have submitted a mission to take back the mass driver. The supply ship is a munitions depot. It's highly combustible.
Enemy has a beat on you.
Don't pursue too deep. We just need to buy some time. The bay is still Operation Phoenix time. We can go away from the mass driver.
Our guys even got the enemy's air support.
Haha!
Into the tank.
Allied retreat looks good.
Oh my goodness.
We need the advantage to put the enemy down.
Missile away.
No!
Enemy on your back. Strider 3 launching missile.
The Erusian ground forces show no sign of letting up. We're taking heavy damage.
Three strikes in the sky. They say if you see them, you're a goner.
Target acquired. All aircraft, search every nook of the island. We're not leaving anyone behind.
Hey, Commander's down!
Get in the landing craft. Many thanks, Lancaster. We didn't have to leave our boys to die.
Understood. Target is down.
Get the wounded out of here, hurry! If you let them through, we're as good as dead! I count 12 dead bodies here. They seem to be upper middle class. The spaceport's nearby, so they could be researchers and their families. Largely, they were involved in the building. We're down to less
But if
than
this
half
program
our
goes like the F-35 when the Russians have time... Oh, then the Russians have time, yeah, because it'll take a while for them to get the 6th gen fighters up and going. Excuse me. Not sure if that came through the mic, but that was definitely a burp.
Go with us. Can you see the enemy APC from there?
Target destroyed by Strider 1.
We're moving out! Leave the dead behind!
Uh-oh.
Bring back to this island one day and send them off properly.
Exams. Gotta make sure those are dead.
Strider 1, we've identified the unknown targets.
An explosion! It's nice! Continue the countdown. The enemy's not stupid. They're after the supply ship. Do the countdown! There's still one arsenal bird left. If we can get the rest of the bombs, then Erusia will have a fighting chance. Use cameras to track the supply ships. Don't play with your backs to the supply ship. If it's hit, we're done.
Whew.
Should we fire, even if we're not fired upon? Of course. Chase off the bogies! There's no way they're ours! Almost there! Commence Operation No Return! These are unguided. Stay on course.
Strider Squadron, you're near an armada of bogies. Identify them.
Visual.
Like an eagle.
One down.
Missile.
Warning, enemy has a beat on you.
Missile.
Identification complete. It's Erusian bombers and their escorts.
Count's prophecy has come true. Take out all bombers. They'll flatten our allies.
Plenty of civilian casualties as well. Precision bombing is impossible in these conditions. Maybe they know they can't. We're gonna drop them all.
Taking out many of our aircraft. Use extreme caution.
Behind
Let's repeat our radicals and info forward.
Missile.
Target acquired.
Missile.
Strider 1, missile launched.
Target locked. Enemy on your back.
The bombers are nearing the island. We're running out of time.
Target locked.
I'm on my target's tail.
More bombers approaching. Intercept them now. Only half the bombers remain. You can't let even one get away. Warning, enemy has a beat on you. Intercept those bombers. Fox 2. All enemy bombers have been destroyed. We did it. A landing ship is waiting for you. It's the Ocean military.
Don't they know they're on the same side? We're firing at each other.
This is AWACS Longcaster. We're uploading the latest ID data. Check your TAC terminal.
Hold your fire! Confirmed. The info is from an allied AWAC. Hold your fire! Roger. Where are we supposed to leave? Who should we follow?
You guys got out alive. You have time to figure it out. Continue with your mission.
Whew. No, I still haven't looked up the Sao Paulo. That's the only thing I still need to look up.
Pick up the speed with your search. The faster you find him, the more people we can save.
Locked on.
Bring the anti-tank missile. Hit that heavy armor at the front line. Don't stop. That goes for a speed. The tank's left, but they're running on fumes and low on ammo.
Warning, enemy has a beat on you.
No! How did I overshoot him? How on earth did I overshoot him? That does not make sense. Hit but not killed. Oh, it's an Su-35. It's like, that's an MQ-99. How'd that thing survive the missile?
Call warning. Missile. 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 Missile.
That hurts. I hate that these drones can fly so slow. Good, that's the same one I hit before. Finally! Just you and me, pal. Actually, that might be it right there. Yep.
Strutter 1, missile launched. Vehicle confirmed destroyed. Cyclops 2, Fox 2.
Hey you, dumbass with the scratches on his tail. You hear me? I need you to help some people. There's a group of refugees surrounded by Russian tanks right here. Hey, their future's not looking too bright.
This is a secure military line. Who is this?
Me? You can call me the Scrap Queen.
Lancaster, she's an ally. Trigger and I'd know that voice anywhere.
That voice. Don't breathing, Sir Count.
Here, let me have a word. Hey, it's been a while. I had a feeling the two of you were still alive. Remember, stick with Trigger and you'll make it.
I have a bit of intel for you. We'll share it if you can help those refugees.
Count me in.
That's right.
Echo 13, all hostiles are down.
Understood. This is our last chance. We'll see how far we can go.
We've destroyed all of the targets. All bogies should be ID'd now. Mission complete. Okay, Scrap Queen. Send us the target coordinates.
I was thinking about how I do that.
As soon as I'm done with this stream, I'll look up the Sao Paulo.
Use the smoke canister. And who's taking this to the enemy's doorstep? Not me. Wait, you moron! Wait! What are you doing, dumbass? Here! Attack right here!
Lancaster, we've confirmed the location of the flare.
That's them. All aircraft, we just updated your threat matrix via data link. Take out those targets.
Don't miss. We don't want to hit the pretty ladies down there.
Missile.
Hurry!
Missile. Missile. Missile.
Fox 2.
Nice job! The enemy tanks are toast. I don't think I could even do anything with that scrap.
Target acquired.
Missile.
Everyone knows it. No other reason.
Strutter 1, APC destroyed.
Missile. 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 Missile.
In gun range.
Hurry! Get moving!
That takes care of them. No civilian casualties. Nice going. Do you hear the singing?
Beginning terminal countdown. Pressure stable. Cooling system is on.
Lancaster, a promise is a promise. Here's the intel. I heard a group of Russian soldiers are defected. The supply ships will be launched soon.
Yeah, that is valuable information.
That doesn't sound good.
But can it be trusted?
Not sure. Heard it from a man who said he wanted to atone for his sins. Up to you to trust him or not.
Understood. Good luck.
Releasing safety. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
How are we not done yet?
1, 2.
God, this is a long mission.
The supply ships have been launched from the mass driver. If the supply ships make it to the arsenal bird, they'll be able to resupply it. They may be loaded with new weaponry that we don't even know about. We have no choice but to take down the supply ships before they can get within the arsenal bird's air defense network. You've got to hurry or you're not going to make it. 3 minutes to the enemy's air defense network.
So they're trying to feed that giant monster of a bird. We can't let them complete their mission.
Missile.
All aircraft, remain on high alert. We got bandits incoming on radar.
Missile.
You're gonna have to forget about them for now. Focus on destroying that supply ship first.
We're sitting ducks like this.
If we let the supply ship get too far away, we'll never be able to catch it. That sucker's hiding in the clouds. Trigger, don't let it get away.
Another chase sequence.
2 minutes to the enemy's air defense network.
We're still in this. They're faster than I expected.
Ammunition 0.
That's a confirmed direct hit by the missile.
Okay.
Keep it up. Bring down
Thanks
those
for that.
ships.
Holy cow.
Did you see that explosion? Looks like that's one of them down.
Remember, there are 2 supply ships out there. Hurry up and shoot the other one down.
Which one first?
Missile.
Don't try to follow after the supply ships. Stick close to Trigger.
Missile.
We've recalculated the remaining time.
Missile.
60 seconds remain.
Behind the enemy.
Missile. 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 Missile.
Enemy on your back.
Missile. Missile.
Alright, let's move in behind them and take them down.
Missile.
I'm usually pretty good at playing tag, but these guys have a head start.
Staying there too long. Strider 1, Fox 2. Missile hit the supply ship dead on. We're almost out of time.
Do it.
Hope you're all enjoying the pretty fireworks. If this thing had any windows, we could have seen it for ourselves.
Whew.
Nice work, team.
We're gonna find ourselves a boat and leave this island. We'll be taking the refugees, along with any deserters from the Erusian military.
Who's the girl that ran at the tanks with the smoke canister? A few more crazies like her, and life down there may have been a tad bit easier.
What do you think would have happened to those refugees if you hadn't intervened? The princess saw what happened. They were little kids.
That's why I like the sky. You don't have to see those types of things.
Does this mean we're that much closer to ending the war?
No, we just basically prevented it from going on forever.
Count's right. We have no choice but to return to our original base. Our base that is nearly out of food and fuel. We need to do something.
Woo! This game is a prequel to Ace Combat 3? Interesting. I don't know the timeline for the games, so...
Good. Take a seat. Everyone's here. All right. Good work in sinking the supply ships. Not to mention saving the refugees. However, we're in no position to start celebrating. Even... Can't say I blame...
Oops.
Now, Tyler Island is in a state of complete anarchy. This base isn't safe either. The faces you see around you are the only friends we've got. Take a good look.
Ooh, I got an S rank for that. On the second try, of course. Depending on what the next mission is, I may not start the next mission until the next stream. It depends. Hey, another new nickname. Perfect. Sweet. Okay. So, first I'm going to quit mission. I think the one we just did would have been mission 17. So if I go to free mission... Why am I so tired today? Goodness gracious. Ace Combat 3 is in 2040 and in space with AI and other things. Oh, no kidding. I did not know that. I've only played 4, 5, 6, 7, and 0, as well as Assault Horizon. Doesn't matter which difficulty I choose. 15, 16, 17 was Homeward, which means the next one... Interesting. Yeah, I can do the next mission, and then do the last two on the next stream. So I'll go ahead and do this one. Here we go!
We found a boat, then sailed away from the island. We had to. We didn't belong there. The new guy's name was George. I noticed when the anarchist said his name, he said it with a thick Belkan accent. How did you know that he was from Belka?
Well, both my parents were from Belka, so...
You never told me that. They say that Belkans are known for their conspiracies.
That's just a stereotype. Now, I simply stated my honest opinion and was thrown in jail for it.
The princess sat there looking miserable. That was a dumbass stunt she pulled back there, but it got us on this boat.
Belkan! Dun dun dun! Whoops, I'm speaking again.
Take a look at that. This ship is heading for a single rope that's hanging down from the sky. Do you know how far the end of that rope reaches?
Outer space.
No. It is a direct connection to the very potential of mankind itself. Or at least it was until war erupted.
It's my strong belief that the rope might be connected to a very distant, faraway source of great conflict and strife. Even long before the war, the whole world started falling apart once Harlan began trying to build it. I often wonder what was going through Harlan's mind when he was trying to destroy the very thing that so many people were sacrificed in order to create.
Sacrificed? What do you mean?
Have you seen all of those countless old space shuttles on Tyler Island that are no longer in use?
Yeah. I always thought of them as a good source of scrap. They're an obsolete technology that was abandoned during the construction of the space elevator. Which would mean that if the space elevator was destroyed, it would be that much harder for mankind to reach the stars. To find another way.
But even then, Harlan still went ahead and tried to destroy it. At the cost of his own life.
That's not the way I heard it. What I heard was that he sacrificed himself to protect the tower from an incoming missile.
Oh, I was told he tried to fly his ship into the tower in order to destroy it.
I wonder which story is true, Your Royal Highness.
I don't know. Looking at it objectively, it's reasonable to believe that Harlan had both options before him.
When it comes to which one you think he took, I guess it's like a mirror.
Yes, it is. It's like a mirror looking into your own soul, based on whichever choice you believe it was. At the moment, you can only see darkness. thing should be destroyed.
It's time for the
Here we
briefing.
go.
Although, since we don't have any contact with HQ, it's not like this is an official mission. Anyway, it looks like the seizure of Tyler Island and the relief from Osea have been postponed. In the meantime, we just have to do what we can to survive. Since losing its capital city of Farbanti, Erusian forces have separated into smaller, autonomous factions. It looks like Erusia's largest force and leading faction will pass through the area around this base. The space elevator is significant to them, so they're probably heading there.
Should we intercept?
Why? I doubt they're gonna start a fight now.
Our top priority should be to get home. Let's go already.
Yeah. It's not like we have the supplies, power, or even a real reason to put up a fight. But what are we going to do if they bring the fight to us? We need to be ready to push them back. If we head inland from here towards Erusia, there's an old castle that's been converted into a stockpiling base. Shalaji Castle. It's currently occupied by some of the Erusian forces that broke off, but we need ammo and fuel. They appear to have converted a freeway into a runway, so we can expect them to have the capacity for air combat. But they'll be easier to handle than Erusia's lead faction. But we can't use all our aircraft to attack. The transport carrying the stolen supplies needs support. Okay, Strider Squadron. You head out first, and neuter the dogs at the stockpiling base. Rendezvous with Cyclops Squadron, who will bring the transport. Then we bring the supplies back to this base. Got it.
Aircraft are our only threat.
Sounds good.
We'll make it. We're all gonna fly home. Together.
All right, here we go. In an F-16, we're gonna go take on the Erusian military forces that reside in, what was it, Villaji? The home of Mr. X, who we haven't seen since the conquering of Farbanti. F-16 versus Wyvern. Let's see who wins.
Strider Squadron, aircraft prep complete. You're cleared to taxi.
Operation Beehive. Let's go kick it. Ah, Shalaji Castle, that's right. Alright.
No Osean forces are in the region ahead. No allies here. No need to ID your target. We've set a number of priority targets, focusing on their anti-aircraft weaponry. Okay, team, get to work.
Unidentified aircraft, not sure if friend or foe. Fire anyway. We don't have time to be wondering if they're friendlies or not.
So, we capture this base and take the fuel and supplies. That's the plan, right, Trader?
You take if you want to live. That's how it was where I grew up.
I was just double-checking mission orders, Husha.
Our anti-air guns are destroyed. Abandon and fall back to our rear position. Retreat!
There are more vehicles along the road. They don't appear to be military. They're Erusian refugees. They must be fleeing since the conflict got worse.
Unidentified aircraft. Identify at once or we'll open fire.
What are you talking about? They already are firing on us. The enemy's confused.
I know. We're all out of ammo. Don't give up. We're not going to lose our country again.
I got turned around somehow there.
There aren't that many. Aim carefully and take them down.
So what's this faction split from the Erusian military? The autonomous state of Shalaji used to be a nation. The region has always leaned towards independence. Those who want to restore their homelands flock to it. Apparently, their core consists of officers from Boslage, which neighbored Shalaji.
Are they our enemies?
They're our enemy's enemy, but not our friends.
Locked on.
The resistance is strong. They seem pretty desperate.
Evading enemy missile. Bandits in my sight. They're bombing us. We're unable to use the SAMs. Help me! Fire the SAM at once. Getting out of lock. Breaking. Evading enemy missile. Does Soul Squad know? They have 4 aircraft. 4 planes incoming. Fire more missiles.
Coming up on the castle. Let's hurry up and capture this base so we can get its fuel and supplies.
Shit. I feel like we're a group of burglars.
Don't say that. This is for our survival.
Yeah, I know.
That's Shalaji Castle.
They're here already. They can pay for looking into our skies. Take in both civilians and refugees without discrimination. Get away from the stone buildings and take shelter somewhere sturdier or underground. Drop where you are and cover your head using your jet engine. Friendly has been shot down.
Strider 1, target acquired.
Damage report.
Strider 1, target destroyed. Fox 2.
Target destroyed.
Strider 1, target eliminated.
These guys are flanking us. Turn them down. We're running out of ways to fight back. We've lost more than half of our forces. The battle won't last much longer. Let them have our lives. As long as our nation stands, the young will carry on.
Hostiles. All aircraft confirmed.
This town is of high cultural value. It's unfortunate we had to bomb it like that.
We do what we need to survive, right?
Not something I'll tell my son about.
AA destroyed. We're sitting ducks. Cancel takeoff. Soul Squadron, stand by.
Negative. This battle zone is ready to get up there. Along with hope of restoration. Don't worry. As long as we accelerate inside the tunnel, they'll be able to shoot us down that easily.
Their interceptors are in the air.
All right.
Getting to takeoff speed inside the tunnel is insane.
Soul Squadron, airborne. Shoot the invaders out of our skies. Good luck, Soul Squadron.
Understood. You are in violation of Shalaji airspace. Turn around and we'll be forced to shoot you down.
This is the Ocean Long Range Strategic Strike Group. Land immediately and hand over your planes and base to us.
You must be the snowbirds. It's absurd for you talking so tough after losing one of your leaders at Fort Monty. You bastard! You defile this country. As long as you're here, this country will never know peace. Shit.
I've got a sitting duck here.
How is that tank still alive?
Hang in there. This battle isn't over.
accidentally double tapped my 4AMs there.
Fox 2.
Missile. Missile.
Warning, enemy has a beat on you.
Missile. Missile.
I will get this tank. This tank will die.
They think they're a band of knights. I hate them even more. They think they're actual nobility. Alright, I'm a wild gunman then. Time to shut your mouth.
Missile.
Strata 1, target acquired.
These guys are pretty accomplished fighter pilots.
Target locked.
Missile.
Do this.
Missile. Missile.
March 2.
Stall warning.
Watch it, enemy has a lock on you.
Missile.
We get the leader. We can take them without King.
Missile. 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 Missile.
Locked on bandit.
Missile.
Don't underestimate them just because Mr. X is here.
Missile.
I'm out. Ejecting.
Missile.
I hope he's okay. Bailing out under those conditions. I can see his parachute. Let's pray he makes it to safety.
3 to go. Don't let them work together. Back up trigger.
Wilco. Righto.
Damn. We can't even last long enough to buy ourselves some time. As expected, a lucky shot would be boring.
Some kind of energy weapon. No, it's a railgun.
Strider 1, you have a bogey approaching at high speed. Bearing 090, straight from the east.
Wow, I did not know that about the F-35. More F-35s in operation than F-22s. Interesting.
High-speed projectile launch from enemy aircraft.
I'm testing this aircraft. You must find your own sky. We can still help you. Don't waste your life. Dedicated to reclaiming that which you call home. Furthermore, you must find someone to guide you. I am not that person.
Okay, that hurt a lot.
Those fighting below are advised to temporarily withdraw. Don't die. As long as we're alive, our hopes and dreams live on.
Hey, look at the color of that plane. Damn, that's the flames of hell. Time for payback.
Negative. It's no good. I can't get close enough.
Leave it to trigger, and the rest of us will just get in the way. Rest form a perimeter to catch whatever slips through. Wilco, might just cost us our lives.
Hit on unidentified aircraft. The enemy's mobility is still unfazed. Keep up the attack.
Get closer. Locked on. Someone to guide us. Wait, we can't think of anyone other than you. Being together with Mihai taught me something. Drone fighters don't worry. They have no place in the cosmos of the skies. And they're what the most legit Air Force should be fighting against.
Hey, look. It's like the sky's been sliced wide open. These rebel units are maybe just a toy.
Unidentified aircraft. Land your plane and surrender. Why do you feel the need to continue fighting on your own?
That's funny. It seems like one of the pilots is also fighting alone.
He's not alone. Look around you.
I see. Perhaps it would have been best to entrust the future to pilots like that. Let me test him then to see if he's truly worthy.
Fox 2.
You're still not fast enough. Not bad.
I'm at 98% in an F16 against an XO2S Strike Wyvern.
Scored another hit. He's still flying, but his plane's been damaged. Finish him off, Trigger.
Watch it. Enemy has a lock on you.
Strider 1 was shot down.
Oh, you got me. 99% stress level. Yeah, that's not far off. Take care, Scorpio. Nice to have you here, man. Well, retry from checkpoint, I suppose.
High-speed projectile launch from the aircraft.
I'm testing this aircraft. You must find your own sky. We can still help you. Don't waste your life. Dedicated to reclaiming that which you call home. Furthermore, you must find someone to guide you. I am not that person. Yai. Platoon squad will be retreating. Those working below are advised to temporarily withdraw. Don't die. As long as we're alive, our hopes and dreams live on.
Alright. I guess if this is how we're gonna do this, then maybe I should get some distance.
Damn, that's the flames of hell. Time for payback. Negative. It's no good. I can't get close enough. Leave it to Trigger. The rest of us will just get in the way. The rest form a perimeter to catch whatever slips through. We'll come. Might just cost us our lives.
How? What? Ah, there we go.
Hit on unidentified aircraft. The enemy's mobility is still unfazed. Keep up the attack.
Someone to guide us. Wait, I can't think of anyone other than you. Being together with Yai taught me something. True fighters don't look the cosmos of the skies. And they're what the Prince Legion Air Force should be fighting against.
Unidentified aircraft. Land your plane and surrender. Why do you feel the need to continue fighting on your own?
That's funny. It seems like
I did it!
Aircraft is going down.
You got him.
And it only took me 2 tries.
Trigger has splashed a bandit.
Would have been way more epic if I was at 99% instead of 1. God, that hurt. I didn't realize how much I was tensing my shoulders and my back.
Just so I can keep my wings. Put a stop to the drone production.
Farewell,
Is
Mihai.
this a message to Trigger? What does it mean?
I don't think this war is over just because we shot down Mr. X. Yeah, it's gonna take something else entirely to end this thing. I just don't know what.
No Osean forces are in the region ahead. No allies here. No need to ID your target.
Alright. That does it for today's stream, I'd say. Blah, blah. Guess my tongue was tense too. But thanks so much for being here with me. Let's see. Here's the debrief.
The resupply went well. We should be okay on food and fuel reserves for a little while at least. Luckily, the rumor that the Erusian army is advancing nearby is only a rumor. There's no sign of them from the skies. Rumors, rumors, rumors. This is what happens when you lose communications. But we got one good fact. The plane Trigger shot down was an advanced model of the X-02 Wyvern. It was developed in the last Continental War. Erusia had a lot up their sleeves. Apparently, they were even supposed to have Belkin aircraft back in the First War. What if Trigger couldn't shoot it down? Just thinking about it gives me chills. We're lucky to be here. In war, you never know what's lurking behind the curtains. But it looks like everything's loose now. Solid chain of command, rest periods after sorties, a battlefield where you know friend from foe. All of that's gone now, lost in a fog of confusion. Feels like a distant dream. Now, just how the hell are we gonna get out of this mess?
That AD tank was the absolute bane of my existence. Everything else I could deal with, but that AD tank, jeez. I still got an A for that mission, so it's not too bad. But anyway, thanks for joining me today. It's been really nice having you. Maybe we can do this again sometime soon. Like Monday. Yeah, probably Monday. Thanks so much for joining me. I hope to see you again next time. Take care, and God bless.